Hello, and good evening once again, fellow Pathfinders. I am your host, Jason, and this is another episode of Third Action. I'm doing it all in a weird order today, because we're weird like that. Happy Pride, everyone. These are the same three rainbow children that were here last week, representing the red end of the spectrum. We have Asher, Human Ranger, played by Char.
This is a rainbow light, but it looks white.
Oh yeah, it's too washed out.
And I'm sad. Oh, kind of this way.
Yeah, if you bring it close to the camera, I think it doesn't wash it out. It
starts to adjust a bit better.
There we go. Ooh, yeah, beautiful.
It's lovely.
In the bottom middle,
with me.
blinded by the lights, we have Greshy, Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will.
Aye, always blinded. Always blinded.
And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil, who I didn't think of anything for, played by Adam.
And nobody told me we were doing a thing, or I could have gotten...
Oh, actually, I'm wearing a rainbow thing. Hey! So it's everybody but Gunn.
Sorry, Adam.
Hold on.
Oh no, he's got to do something.
I just have this stuff around.
You do the recap, you'll find something real quick.
Oh, good. I'll adjust the light.
Let's recap. Last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers... this was 2 weeks ago. What did you do? You defeated the sinister avatar of Lamashtu, Zaliasa, also known as, in your heads, the Scribbler. You managed to collect the scraps of clues he left behind about the Rune Forge, and began the process of, I guess, undoing, tearing down the Temple of Lamashtu, built deep beneath Sandpoint's floor? Deep beneath Sandpoint. There we go. While that is in progress, so it'll take about 3 days for Gunn and the others from the church to complete the ritual. But you guys have some downtime then to figure things out. In the evenings, you can obviously get together at the Rusty Dragon Inn. While you're in Sandpoint, as per usual, your room and board is basically paid for, offered for free by Ameko, given that you guys have been doing such a lot for the city. So, what would you guys like to do?
It's a good question,
my
Asher.
sheet to load. Oh, yes.
So,
I'll consider what to do. I was definitely going to buy more arrows at some point, but that'll take me 2 seconds.
So yeah, it's still Wheel Day, Cthulhu the 25th. I believe you guys went fairly early in the morning to start dealing with the Scribbler. And you would have had enough time to get started on the first day's worth of the ritual consecrate needed to disperse her unholy energies.
Okay.
Thank you for the tier 1 subscription.
Well, I have a thought. Something might put you a bit on spot there. This lemur's wood that I've collected.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if there is a benefit, or I could determine if there is a benefit to using it as part of crafting an item. So I don't know if I could spend a few days tinkering with it to see what benefit there might be, if any, to using it as part of some sort of crafting check.
Okay.
Or
so
crafting an item later.
You'd like to spend some time doing some research then.
Aye.
Okay. All right, so Greshy can get on with doing that. There's not a lot in the way of, I guess, I guess there is the school in town, where they'd have some books and things that you could use. Otherwise, yeah, you'll need to probably do some tinkering on your own. Okay. I'll think about that for a moment. Asher, what would you like to do while Gunn is dealing with...
think of something. I'm gonna bring the writings of the poetry to Mr. Quink and see. I think that's his name. I may have gotten it wrong.
Yeah, Broderick
and
Quink.
see if we can figure something out, or if he knows anything about anything in here.
Okay. So while Greshy goes, Greshy went off first to gather the clerics, bring them to Gunn, and then wanted to, since you got time to kill, went off to, why am I forgetting the name of the school? It is not currently burned down. Where's the school's name? I used to know it.
Is it sometimes burned down?
No, just when all those buildings that got burned down by the dragon.
Oh.
That was here last time.
I see.
I was trying to remember if it was one of the buildings that got burned down, and I don't believe so.
I was just wondering if it's like a bunch of alchemists that are not very good at their...
Oh, no, it's literally just a school for... oh, right, Rock Academy.
It burns down every other week.
So yeah, you might ask around, see if there's any books on the arcane, or on just anywhere there might be like interesting books that could help you do some research on this sort of thing. And a few people point you towards Rock Academy. They say that Ilsawari, the schoolmaster or headmaster there, keeps a fine collection of books on all sorts of rare subjects and enchantments and things. So, and it's open to the public to use. So, as long as there's not a class currently in session. So yeah, that is offered to you. Here, let me go ahead and I can put you guys in.
I'll start digging then.
Is this the right sand point?
Does it look burned down?
Work. Yes, I think this is the right sand point. Zoom.
Humbly.
Okay, so Rock Academy is here, this building.
Oof, oh, the one that's labeled. Look at that. It's not the one that's labeled Greshy's new house.
Did Greshy label one Greshy's new house?
I mean, we talked about it last time, if I recall.
Sure.
That might have been after episode. Anyway.
It was north.
And Asher, you wanted to go basically to... Oh, yeah, I think you... Oh, I see. You labeled that one that you wanted. Okay. All right. Asher, you're going to Quink's house. Gunn, you are staying in the underground catacombs to start taking down the various idols, breaking up some of the symbolism that's down there. Just with, I believe you have a pickaxe, right? Yeah. So taking your pickaxe to all of the major religious symbols and making sure that Lamashtu doesn't have any sway there before you begin in earnest. Let's do... Asher's probably the most... Yeah, let's do Asher. Okay, so Asher. You make your way over to Broderick Quink's house. Once again, he greets you happily. Oh, you're looking quite bloodied there. Are you doing okay?
Oh, yeah. I don't look so good. No, I'm fine. It's fine. It's just a few scratches. There's some stuff in the hole, but we took care of it.
Ah, that's good. Well, I'm glad you were able to come out of that alive. Come in. Have some tea. That's all every single time you've been here, he's had a pot of tea ready.
I'm so hydrated now.
Did you need me for anything? Found anything interesting? Some rare objects, perhaps, to add to my collection?
Ooh, well, I found something that might interest you. While we were down there, we found a riddle. It's very out of
riddle.
order
I
and
love
confusing,
riddles.
and yeah, none of us quite understand. Well, I was the only one. Was it written in Thessalonian? So I was the only one who could even read it, right?
Yes.
No, I
out
think it was
loud.
written in English.
No, it was written in
in
Thessalonian.
Common.
It was Thessalonian.
Was it?
Yep. Yeah.
I thought we found a couple of the verses from before.
No, I think they were all in Thessalonian, and
Actually, you're right. The ones earlier, yeah, they were all.
Asher just translated them for us, and for some reason they happen to rhyme in common.
Yeah.
It was strange.
Yeah.
Excellent writing.
Even slant rhymes. It's impressive.
I have these.
They actually didn't rhyme in Thessalonian. It just happens to rhyme in common.
There are no
Interesting.
rhymes in Thessalonian. Okay, so I'll say I'll translate them out onto paper. Be like, here's what we have. We found these. It looks like it's either instructions or a riddle or someplace, something, somewhere. The Rune Forge, directions to the Rune Forge or how to get in, but I don't know what most of it means.
The Rune Forge. What's that? Or did
Whoa.
I don't remember. I don't remember if you ever talked to him about it specifically.
I don't know if I gave him the whole history of the library when we got here, but I could totally explain it to him in the terms that I understand.
Okay. Yeah,
Those
you
were
can spend some time explaining the context for this and what you're looking for. I don't think that you brought up the Rune Forge last time.
I don't think so either.
And he wouldn't have much to add about the Rune Forge itself. Because he doesn't really know about it. Nobody really does. I see. Oh, this is quite the puzzle you've got yourself here. I can try and think on it if you want, or if you had specific questions, I could try and puzzle through it.
I guess my main questions would have been if any of the things on eastern shores of Steaming Mirror sound like places. I don't know if he knows any maps, or if that was just me and what I found in the library.
Maps, Steaming Mirror. I'm not sure. Perhaps I should think on it. Maybe I'll need to go stop by the academy and bring some, check out some books. I know they have a few atlases there. That might come in handy. If you think this is somewhere
Where's
in
the
Varisia.
academy?
Why don't I walk you there? I need to
Oh,
return a few
dear.
things anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, so, with Quink in tow, you make the walk to the south to Randarock Academy, just off Main Street.
Oh, Greshy's here.
Yeah, Greshy's already
Greshy's
there,
been here the
sitting
whole
at a
time.
table.
Greshy, you're here.
What? Oh,
How did you know?
know what?
I'm here to get information about the riddle.
Oh, is that Cerilon's
Right,
Book of
the riddle.
Enchantments? He
I
looks over at the
suppose so.
book that you've got checked out. Ah, that's a delightful one. I've never been good at magic or anything of the sort, but it was an interesting read.
Glad you enjoyed it. It's not my most exciting read, but it's interesting.
Oh, just wait till you get to the twist. It's a really good twist, I swear.
What's the twist? I don't. Oh God.
That's the surprise at the end.
Greshy's shoulders droop.
Now,
I was understanding that.
Thessalonian. Well, I don't know about Thessalonian maps, but there should be some around here. And he will make his way over to the Atlas section and go grab a few big maps of Varizia and kind of lay them out on one of the tables for you. He looks at them.
I will look at them too.
Sure. Give
Might
me.
not be crazy.
Yeah, if you want to. So you want to look for something that. The steaming mirror is what you're trying to look for first.
Yeah, probably that. I assume it's maybe a big hot lake.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a.
Stone lake.
Give me a nature check or survival. Either one.
Both are the same. Let's roll some nature.
Bring up the Varizia map.
Oh, a natural 20.
Natural 20 for 40.
The
okay.
only one I'll get all
All right.
night.
So, Quink unrolls the maps,
Fairly
steaming mirror. He's thinking for a bit. He's kind of looking around at the various lakes and names, but your eye immediately catches on something interesting. Zoom in. You notice the Steam River to the north.
Oh. That's very north.
It is very north. It is north of Riddleport, by a ways. Actually, how many miles north of Riddleport is it? I can check. It's about 130 miles north of Riddleport. And it runs from the ocean to... from Lake Stormunder, Stormunder, to the ocean. And yeah, just seeing the name Steam River like triggers in your mind, oh, Lake Stormunder, that's actually, you've heard of it before. It's a lake that has a lot of hot springs around it. There's also just a bunch of geysers in that region. It's a pretty cold region, but does have is known for its hot springs around the Steam River and around Lake Stormunder specifically.
Well, that might be a big clue as to where we should go. Just looking at the rest of the riddle, the other location is Frozen Mountain, which in my head is just North Mountain. There's just a lot of mountains up there. I don't know if it's worth it to find a specific place.
Well, the closest mountain to Stormunder is Rhymeskull. And Quink will point on the map at the mountain labeled there. It's on the eastern shore of Lake Stormunder.
Is that a snowy
Really?
mountain?
What a coincidence.
Does it get a lot of snow up there?
Around this time of year, certainly.
Ooh.
Perhaps you could read those stanzas out to me again.
Are you saying there's a frozen mountain on the eastern shore of the lake on the Steam River?
Oh, Gunn, you're here as
Yes.
well. Taking a break from from your work?
I guess
I
I'm
knew
not
to come
really
here. But that is it is
I'm-
east. The
It's
mountain
just
is
an illusion.
No, you can take a
Gunn's
break
voice
from.
echoes in Esther's
You
head.
came over to the library to go find some books on Lamashtu.
I like the idea that every time there's like some insight that the other two have that's like very reasonable and obvious, that they hear Gunn's voice
Oh.
saying it in their heads.
Gunn would say that.
I'll leave it up to you.
That's why I will
If you
never say
want
it
to come
again.
over here, you can.
I'm good.
Okay. But Greshy is nearby if he wants to say anything. Yeah, so Asher, you...
Greshy.
Greshy's focused on this book now that he's worried about some sort of twist.
Oh, he's worried about it.
He thought he understood what they were talking about, but if there's something wrong with how he's understanding it, then he's just completely confused.
But yeah, for the benefit of the audience...
If it
at
already
least-
makes sense, but it's not going to make sense.
For the benefit of the audience, go ahead and reread all the stanzas of the riddle, of which there are.
Do you want to,
6?
Asher?
Yeah, I can try. Yes,
Sorry,
I'll
five.
put them in
There's
the
5,
order
I
that
think?
you
There's 5.
pasted them in.
Okay, 5.
Because that is the order I can read. So if magic bright is your desire, to old Rune Forge you must retire, for only there does wizard's art receive its due and proper start. I'm not shouting the all caps one, but I really want to. On
Do it.
eastern shores of Steaming Mirror, at end of day when dusk is near, where 7 faces silent wait, encircled guards at Runeforge gate, each stone the grace of 7 lords, 1 part of key each ruler hoards. If offered spells and proper prayer, take 7 keys and climb the stair. On frozen mountains Zin awaits his regal voice the yawning gates. Keys turn twice in Sahedron, occulted Runeforge lies with Ian.
It's a
Wait, there's
Good,
more.
good effort there.
Excellent rhyme. Fine.
And now you've come to join the forge. Upon rare lore your mind can gorge, and when you slough the mortal way, in Runeforge long your work shall stay. That part bothers me, but we'll get to that later.
The whole being stuck there forever is a bit worrisome, but we'll see.
Well,
Stanzas.
you might be right. Steaming Mirror certainly does sound like a hot lake. Like Stormunder would count for that.
When Asher started yelling, that got Greshy's attention finally.
Hello. The library, or it's an academy, I guess.
Now that you mention it, one moment. I need to go find a book. And Roderick goes wandering off deeper into the library to find some geography books. And if you wait for him,
All right.
he'll return. Yes, right here. He'll kind of flip through this through a kind of old dusty tome. The 7 faces. There's a ring of statues at Lake Stormunder, if I do recall, that date back to Thessalonian times. Here, and he points at an artist's sketch of what looked like basically just 7 stone like lumps in the snow in a little ring, all kind of facing towards the center.
Fabulous.
They don't describe them very well, and the picture's a bit rough, but these could be the 7 heads you're looking for.
Could be. They look like, well, I guess if they're not described well, they wouldn't look like the Runelords, or which Runelords they were. But I assume they're the 7.
Possibly.
It could be something with their stones.
It might be worth looking at them in more detail. According to the cartographer here, it seems like They were quite worn statues, and they don't really make much note of them other than them having worn faces. But perhaps there's some detail that he missed.
Does that mean I'm gonna have to go up there and see them? They're all the way north, right? They're not like down here.
Yeah, they're pretty far north from Sandpoint.
Are they by the lake, or what's their like location? Is there a map that shows where they are?
Their location is right here.
Well,
So-
I would have guessed there actually.
Yeah,
So-
right on one of the eastern shores.
Oh
there's kind
goodness!
there's 3 rivers
That's
that branch
even
off to the
nearer.
right, off to the east. I guess from the east. There's 3 feeder rivers that feed into Lake Stormunder, and it's on the north side of the middle river. Or the north side of the middle river mouth is the best explanation.
Maybe Gunn should stop by for a little while.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
Come on
One of
in.
the...
hey, I heard you're all in here. How's
Ah,
it going?
Gunn.
Look, I think
were
I
just-
found the steaming mirror.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
we
great.
found it together.
that's excellent.
Ah, well, you were the one who found it.
Point
but-
to it on the map. It's really high. Oh. I found the river, and then you told me about the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's the river and that's the lake, and then that's would be the mountain.
I think so.
Okay.
It's worth taking a look. At least
Then-
the
It's a long
statues are
trip to get there, though, isn't it?
Mhm.
Frozen Mountain. Broderick flips like 3 more pages forward, and there's a pretty big sketch on this page of a massive mountain with a crude, like, not a crude, like a Mount Rushmore style face etched into the side.
Hmm.
gonna
It
say,
is
then
pretty
where's the
worn,
gate?
but you can see clear eyes and like open mouth.
Ooh. Ooh.
Gates in the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
hi.
was like, it's in his mouth, isn't it?
So we need to go into the
Yawning
gaping, yeah,
gates.
the yawning gate.
Yes, this is Mount Rhymeskull.
The carved head of Zin, I guess. Okay.
Oh,
This thing
possibly.
is quite.
I've never actually
It's a
seen a
natural
depiction of
formation.
Zin himself, but yes, perhaps this is actually some likeness of him made by the Thessalonians.
Then
Interesting.
what about the stair?
The stair.
It says
Oh, 7 cleaves and
the rest is
one
fairly
stair.
literal. So
Well, maybe the stairs go up to
take
his
7
mouth.
keys and climb the stair.
Hmm.
Are the statues the keys? There's 7 or no, the statues must be the
Each-
stone
Yeah, each
One
stone
part of-
agrees.
of key each ruler hoards.
Stair.
What
I
about-
imagine if offered spells in proper prayer. So if somehow we either cast the right spell on them, I suppose, right school of magic.
Okay, but Mokmirian was convinced he needed something that. What's the fellow's name we just fought?
Zaliasa?
Zaliasa had in order to go in. Could the
Yeah.
statue in the catacombs be part of it?
I had the impression that he thought Zaliasa had the key and that this was the key.
You think the poem is the key?
So the key is the key.
Well, he's got effectively the key.
Each stone will give you the key, it looks like, if you do this thing right. One part of each key key each ruler hoards. That's an I don't actually know if that means the rocks have the key.
If the
or
riddle,
something.
if the riddle is the key, then anyone who knows the riddle could go in.
Well, who knows the riddle?
If only Zaliasa knew it, then sure, could be.
It's entirely possible he's the one who wrote it.
I guess I'm just thinking 7 statues there, 1 statue here. Maybe we do something to or with the statue here to get the key and then bring it there with us.
Well, we only need 7 statues. So if there's 7 statues there that have parts of the key, we should have all of the key, right?
Well,
those
do you
are
want to do a statue here?
I don't know. We could try the. You need it says here you need 7 keys.
When there are 7 statues.
And there's 7 statues there. So I suppose that's probably it. Yeah, I suppose you're probably right. Must be just a red herring, as it were.
Depending on what school it is, we could try it, I suppose. But
I feel like you somehow get the 7 parts, and then the lock is like a sahedron. You're putting each key in and then turning twice.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's very literal so far. Yeah, if the riddle is the key, then the statue is probably nothing. The statue here.
There was that big statue on the steps too. They might just have statues where they hung out.
they like themselves enough to put statues and their faces all over the place, so. But I could come and cast Ray of Frost or something on it and see what happens.
Yeah,
one spell per statue of the proper school.
So do we have enough spells of the types? Can we cast the spells?
That's the better question.
Spells?
Sure,
I
we can
don't
find
know.
something.
We'll have to find out.
Is there like scrolls or wands we should buy of like cheap spells? I think wizards went in. I'm not a wizard.
Roderick has just been kind of engrossed in reading this geography book that he brought out. But he pipes up suddenly. Here. The author mentions, yes, finding a set of large stairs that led up the side of the mountain. Perhaps these are the stairs that you need to ascend. They followed them up the cliff face, up towards the face of the statue, but it sounds like the cold got to them and they decided to turn back before reaching the top.
We should get cold stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you're going to head out that far north this late in the year, I very much recommend having cold weather clothing.
Well, seems reasonable.
Didn't we already get cold weather
Yeah, I'm
clothing?
like, do
Thought
we
we
need
did.
something more intense than
I might need to
that?
do something for Phelan, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys might already have some cold weather clothing, but you can get new cold weather clothing if you want. Because you're all
Doesn't
already
get
wearing
better,
bundled
does
stuff.
it?
Or some
Not really,
straight
no.
up.
Okay.
We may
Yeah, you
also
could-
be
you could
facing
get cold
frost
resistant stuff.
giants there. So
Possibly. They're known to wander a bit more to the north, in the lands of the Linorm kings.
they've been mobilizing recently.
That is true. We have seen giants pretty far south lately. Can't be too prepared.
So yeah, anything we can do to resist cold is probably a good idea.
What's this bit at the end
I suppose we can.
of the riddle?
What was that?
The bit about sloughing the mortal way?
Oh, I'm sure that's no good. I feel like you have to die in the Runeforge to keep your information there. That's just what I read from it.
But perhaps it makes you immortal in some way? Long your work shall stay.
Your work, maybe? Like an encyclopedia.
Well, perhaps those that go into the Runeforge become immortal or are immortalized?
Perhaps as long as you're in the Runeforge, you're immortal?
Well, that might be somewhat useful, but not.
Because if they were
Kind
immortal,
of sounds like hell.
would they have to stay in there? Because you'd think at this point we'd find at least one person who popped out of there that was like, it's me, Johnny from the Runeforge. Or, he
Maybe
never made it, I don't think.
He was. We assumed that he was dead in the catacombs for a long time, as opposed to alive in the catacombs for a long time and recently died. But we don't really know.
Well, he said he didn't make it, I think. I thought he did. That he was going to go and then he died because of whatever happened.
I thought he had definitely been there.
I cannot remember what he said.
I thought we said that he was a researcher of some kind.
He was an
Or maybe it was
architect?
that he switched. Maybe it was that he switched allegiances in order to go there.
I think he was like a double agent working for everyone. Not everyone, 2 people, I guess. I should have asked him more questions, but
I agree. The last verse is
what
ominous,
he wanted
though.
to go there for. Did he want to become a wizard? Was he already a wizard? We're only there.
Sounds like you have to be a wizard to go in.
Do a proper start. Maybe you become a more powerful magician in this place. A more powerful immortal magician.
The first verse.
Could be. But you can never leave.
It'd be fun to learn, but that's a high price to pay.
Oh, perhaps they don't
Or-
want to leave. If I was in a place that gave me infinite knowledge, it'd perhaps be very difficult to leave. For me, anyway.
What if you ran out of tea?
Well, if I was a powerful wizard, I'm sure I could conjure more.
Suppose so.
We can make food.
Aye, but it's never quite the same as
Why
it.
didn't you learn wizardry, Broddert? Seems to me that you'd.
It was never quite in my
Fine wizard.
wheelhouse. I went to a few academies. I found more fun in learning facts rather than putting it into practice, perhaps. I was never one for practicality.
I see.
So you're a theoretical wizard.
Sure. I could theoretically cast spells if I devoted effort to it, I suppose. But history is much more my thing.
Well, we have a place to start, I suppose.
I hope I've been of some use to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. It's been great.
Well, I should get back to my own research. Let me know if you need anything, as per usual. And if you're going to this mountain, perhaps I might be able to join you. Perhaps I could get a look at this rune forge myself.
Ah. That'd be nice.
You know,
You don't have to answer right now. I'll let you think on it. But I've got a set
library.
of cold weather gear. I can. I would love to go on an
I'd rather
expedition.
take him to the other
What's your
library
level?
first. And have him meet
My level?
the-
Low. I'm level
Weird.
1, of course.
Your character. Oh, goodness. Okie dokie.
In my venerable
Isn't this
age, I've got about 3 HP.
Oh, that's,
Oh no!
that's quite
Should anything
low.
hit me, I would probably instantly die. Without being able to come back.
Okay.
probably die before too long anyway. So who are we to deny an old man?
Almost dead.
His laugh.
Okay, he's not at that. He's not that old.
He's 98. He's
But
so
no, you-
old.
You get the sense that though he would really like to come, it may be dangerous for him to do so. He is not a fighter
it'll
in
be
the slightest.
For sure.
He could try. You could imagine that he could try to stay back and hide and whatnot, but
How's his diplomacy? Is it off the charts?
he's much more of a
What's his Mr. Magoo
call
stat?
knowledge sort of guy. Dexterity negative, strength negative, constitution negative.
Hey, he drinks all that tea. He's got those, whatever they're called. Not the
Jittery
free radicals,
reflexes.
the things that stop him. Oh. Yeah, he's all caffeinated.
I mean,
Hey, I guess you don't know
aside
Broderick drinks.
from the fact that we're probably going to have to fight through an army of frost giants to get in, I'm all for it.
Maybe there's a
not
chance
for that.
that both the frost giants maybe aren't coming down because we just killed the guy who's like, come on down. There's another that like just nobody knows where this is, which would be good, but that's a lot of guessing.
We saw from casting the spell on the snake lady that she has taken up the quest. I think she's still on the trail. She's gone back to where the frost giants are and is presumably rallying them. And my guess is that she knows the location. Just my guess.
Where did that come from? The image that
We scried on her.
we
or
scried-
Yeah, who was the
whatever.
one who scried on her? Was that Greshy?
Greshy
Greshy.
did.
Greshy.
Okay.
We were
The
talking
image
to him
that
about-
Greshy saw was a woman walking on golden streets. Oh, well, woman, her, walking on golden streets and
Mhm.
seeing dark-skinned giants with many runes carved into their skin, like tattoos.
I thought she was on an icy mountain.
I mean, it was snowing.
There was
but
definitely
I thought she was in a golden city on an icy mountain. Hmm.
golden city on a snowy mountain. That could be any mountain, but yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing mentioned here about Rhymeskull having a golden city anywhere near.
No. No, I assumed that she was in the city of Greed at that time.
That kind of east.
Yeah.
Sure.
But that she
But
was
no ice giants were mentioned as
still working with the giants. Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough.
You brought ice giants into it, but There haven't been any.
Here they come.
You keep
Fair
wanting
enough.
there
They're
to be
coming
ice
down,
giants, but-
Jason. They're gonna get us.
There were some ice giants there were 2 ice giants at the camp.
Look, if you really want
Jordan
ice
Fest,
giants, I'm
but-
sure Jason can put in a bunch of ice giants and all over the
No,
place,
no.
but
Well, I'm
Watch
not
me get
saying
to
it's
the
not
goal and say,
unreasonable
Jason's
to
like,
guess
"Just
that there might be
kidding."
ice giants there. I'm just saying that you haven't seen.
Hmm.
we haven't come across them yet.
Okay. Well, we know that Mokmurian was negotiating with the frost giants.
Yes, he was negotiating with them. He had 2
Um,
envoys there at the camp, but they left before you saw them.
We know that Lucretia went north to probably the city of Greed, where there are more giants,
Yes.
and it's deep in giant territory. So I assumed that she was in contact with the frost giants directly herself.
Okay.
And I assume that she knows the location of the Rune Forge.
I would argue against knowing the location only because she'd have to find it out a different way somehow. And I don't know who else knows about it or where there'd be information, I suppose.
How do you tell if someone's scrying on you right now? This would be the perfect time for her to scry back and
You could do a
I don't know
perception check.
anything.
and see us. Like, I look around for floating eyeballs.
Star
Yeah, if
69
you
that
want.
scry.
Yeah, you can roll perception.
She might like this would be awful if she found out from us finding out. That's
Alright,
the only reason I'm.
Natural 2 for 21. You thinking on that, you glance around. By this point, Broderick has left to go back to his house, but no one else is here in the library. It's pretty empty, save for you 3. You don't see any mystical eyes or rippling visual effects just out of your vision. Seems fine. As far as you're aware, you're not being watched by anything.
Probably just being paranoid.
Yeah.
That said, though, it's a good point. And if we are going to go up there, it's one of those better sooner than later type things.
Mm-hmm.
If she did scry, she may have a longer way to go, even if she teleported, because I don't know if she can teleport a bunch of things. Ooh. Or-
The preparations that we need shouldn't take us too long, but ideally we should try to think of everything we could possibly need based on what we know, and get it what we can. So, I mean, cold weather gear, possible frost resistance.
I really
Spell-
don't know what to expect, so
Spells of every school.
that would be the next thing to try and
If
make
there's
sure we're
anything
prepared
that we
for.
don't have
yeah.
that could be cast on a statue, I suppose we should look for something.
I think definitely we don't know anything arcane, but I don't.
Well, we
It's
can
always
look
good
through
to start something.
our lists and see what we have available.
Yes, I for sure have the least.
Yeah, in theory, you should be able to cast one thing from each school, but the abjuration,
We'd have to make sure we
conjuration,
had everything
divination,
prepared correctly.
enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, transmutation are the 8 schools.
How much enchantments does Primal have?
What was that?
I'm wondering how much enchantment Primal has. Oh, they do have charm. Okay. That works.
I have at least conjuration.
I think I can prepare enough. to hit everything. Illusion might be actually the weakest part, but
I can cover enchantment, evocation, that looks like about it.
I can do.
Necromancy.
I think I can cover all of them. It's just a very high level for a proper illusion spell, but
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I can use Daze, which is an enchantment,
that's fine.
so you can save that slot.
Well, I think we'll be set if that's all that's required. Just a guess, an estimation, looking at this map, though, it's going to be well over a week of travel, even by fancy horse.
Yep.
So we ought to be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, from Sandpoint. Oh, why is it not? There we go. But like Storm Under is about 340 miles.
Well,
Straight shot.
300?
I
I thought you said 140.
no,
Oh, it was 140 from
314, that's what I was saying.
Riddleport.
Ah,
It's if we went on the fastest Phantom Steeds, it would be about 9 days, a little under 9 days. And that's a straight shot. That's not accounting for wanting to sleep and having a note underneath you.
well, I mean, we can travel 3 or 4 days to Roderick's Cove, where we just came from, and then from there, it's only another 3 or 4, 4 or 5.
Depends on how we want to break it up. Either way is fine. We can stop off where we wanted, really. I don't know what's... The good news is, The good news is the way that I got the impression about Runeforge, I don't think anybody really knows how to get in. Possibly this is the only way to get in.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then as long as nobody else knows, we're okay. We should just make sure that nobody talks to Broderick Quaint about that, because if he starts talking about it, that might be a problem. I'm not
Very
saying we
true.
do anything rash.
Well, he already left before we started talking about casting spells on the statues, didn't he?
Someone mentioned it before he
Didn't he
left.
come up
but-
earlier in conversation? I believe Greshy did. Possibly before you got over here, Gunn. So
Okay.
again, nothing rash. Just we have a
Well, maybe
bit
we
of
can-
time.
Maybe I can talk to him and tell him that someone might come and ask him. He shouldn't say anything.
Fortunately, I'm not
They might
particularly.
not. They might not ask. They might try to force him to tell what he knows.
Well, it's not that I can do anything about it now, anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
point is, as long as we're the only ones who know we have some time, doesn't mean we should waste it. But
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can't think of much we need to do to prepare. Would be nice to rest for a while, but well,
you've got a couple of days while you get that thing consecrated and get rid of Lamashtu,
Yeah.
and we'll be set.
There's a knock at the library door, and a a man kind of peeks his head in. He's got long gray hair tied back into a ponytail. He's wearing a kind of a flowing red robe, and has like a bushy gray beard, and a single silver earring on one ear. This man. Hello in there. Just letting you know I'm about to close up for the evening.
Oh, sure. Can I, this enchanting book, can I borrow this if I bring it back in a couple of days?
No problem. Have at it.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Is there anything else from the materials here that we would need to take with us, or do we?
Borrow this atlas perhaps as well, if they don't mind, but if it's in
please,
Thessalonian, it's up to Asher if he can read
by
it.
all means. I have a few copies of some of those atlases anyway.
I think
Yeah.
they're in common. I don't think they're.
Yeah, those atlases are in common. Yes.
Fancy.
Let's let this nice man close his library.
Thank you kindly.
Not a problem. By the way, he kind of hesitates a moment. I couldn't help but noticing that you're all the heroes of Sandpoint, of course. I was wondering if you've seen something on the road. It's very large, horse-like creature. Devil wings, flaming breath. He's kind of looking at you to see if you're like reacting at all.
Does this ring a bell?
Is that a dragon?
No.
Having a
doesn't
weird
sound like a
roundabout dragon. I haven't seen a flaming horse.
We've seen a couple of dragons, a manticore stuffed.
That's
Road.
kind of like a manticore. Okay, well, never you mind. It's no trouble. But if you see something like that, please let me know.
Did one escape?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I'm not sure where it would escape from. It's more of, it's more of a local danger that I'm a bit worried about. You see, it's
Local to where?
the Sandpoint hinterlands. A few of my students have mentioned seeing it, and honestly, I used to hunt this creature back in the day, but I just wanted to make sure it hadn't come back. It seems to come back very often. But if you haven't seen it, then I'll trust you.
Well, we'll keep an eye out. Haven't seen anything so far, but
Is he crazy?
What kind of creature is this?
He sounds kind of crazy, Greshy. You can give me a perception check, I guess.
Alright, I just want to see if he's my kind of person or not. That is...
Well, if he says it's called the
28.
Jabberwock, then
I actually know what it is out of character. In character, though, I don't think Greshy might really
Sure.
know about it.
Yeah, 28. At first
How
glance, he
crazy
definitely
does he appear?
seems crazy, but he does seem to know, like, he at least believes what he's talking about, what this creature is. Sorry, what was Gunn's question?
what's the creature called?
It doesn't really have a name. I've always called it the Sandpoint Devil, since it lives near Sandpoint, and it's kind of a devil. just
I haven't seen anything of that description.
That's good. That's good. Well, if you do see anything, please let me know. But otherwise,
Has Greshy
hopefully...
heard of the Sandpoint Devil? Is that a pretty popular legend around here?
You can give me Magnamar lore.
Magnamar. 33.
You've heard tell of a creature that kidnaps children and livestock, or at least it sounds like it's a fairy tale that's known pretty well in Magnamar. You remember hearing about some crazy guy who thought he could find and capture and finally put an end to it, but you'd never... You don't know if it's this guy specifically, but it seems like it could be.
Fun. Well, good luck with that, and hopefully we don't come across it. But if we do, we'll let you know.
Good. Well,
Greshy, we have 2 more days of downtime.
Well, in any case, I don't want to hold you anymore. I need to go clear out. So take as many books as you like. I'll lock up once you're done. He'll go wandering off.
Well, I guess I better get back to the consecrating.
All right.
And we're gonna get back to studying and such. What else?
Okay.
Back at the inn, I imagine.
Yep. All right. Well, Gunn, you get back to the temple where Father Xantus and a few of the acolytes of Erastil are already waiting for you. Asher and Greshy, you guys return to the inn, where a familiar face is there to greet you. It is a Mako. Oh, hey! There you guys are. I haven't seen much of you. I heard that you guys came back. Sorry I wasn't here last night. How's it been going?
Oh,
You're looking pretty roughed up there. You okay?
Oh yeah. We had a busy morning. We got rid of the howling.
That's true. We did take care of that.
Oh, that's good. The howling was getting a bit annoying, honestly. Why don't you guys sit? I need to hear all about what you guys have been up to.
Okay.
All right, you
Let's tell
definitely
her.
got the 2 very good talking people here. So we'll talk.
Between the 2 of us, we'll tell one story.
Aye.
It'll be
Eventually we'll get
disjointed and
there.
confusing.
Well, as long
we
as
were
it's a
in the
fun
library,
story.
Greshy.
Here, let me get you guys something to eat, though. You look like you are half dead, honestly, Greshy. Do you need some bandages?
It could be better. Oh, we just sleep it off. It'll be fine. You know.
I'm a 5th dead, if you're curious.
Well, here, let me get you guys
night's
some
sleep.
food, and maybe I'll play a song or 2 while you guys eat. And so she'll go get some stew out, heat it up, and bring it out for you, and then she'll play some nice jaunty music while you tell her about what you all have been up to. In the process, she will cast Soothe a handful of times, enough to bring all 3 of you, Asher, Greshy, and Phelan, up to full.
Oh, nice. Definitely not going to complain about that. Neither will Phelan. He was looking rough.
Well, it's a shame that you guys
Still
got
as
back when you
far as-
did. Sorry, I'm blanking on that. Shalelu just left a few days ago. I'm sure she would have loved to hear about all this.
Where did she go?
She went back up north to, I think she was gonna go visit her old village. She got some kind of, letter in the mail, said it was kind of urgent. Something about a dragon or something.
No, that's not good. Wait, where's her hometown?
Do I even remember? I think it was like Crying Leaf? That's up in the Mariana Woods, I think. Oh, you guys are still on the Vizio map. Let's see if I...
Oh, it's all the way up there, I see.
Yeah, the Mariana Forest.
It's on the way.
The town she's referring to,
Kind
I
of.
think, is off in the northern corner. I'd have to double check, but somewhere around there.
Okay. Oh. Maybe I'll go make sure she's okay when we go up north.
Aye. You said you left a couple of days ago.
Yeah. She left in a bit of a hurry, but...
By boat or on foot? Or horse?
Good question. I honestly don't know. She
You
just
have
kind
a
of
horse.
dropped in one day and said she was... said that she needed to go and wanted me to hold on to some of her stuff.
Mention
Well.
the color of the dragon.
Was it green or was it black?
Yes,
Um,
which color?
No, I don't think she did. She just said, yeah, it's just something about a dragon.
Oh my god, it could be any color. Maybe not metallic.
It could be
Speaking
orange.
of dragons, that's a nice set of armor that you've got there, Asher.
Oh, thank you. It's got a bit of a history, or so I've learned recently. I will.
Oh.
I'll tell the history.
Okay, yeah, you.
Strap in for this one.
She will continue playing on her sitar as you regale her with the story of the armor. And I guess
It's
what
really
you
an awkward
think about
story the more I think about it. It's like, it's the dragon that killed my mother that was then killed by my father and also killed Shalelu's mother, or did the son kill Shalelu's mother? Well, anyway, this has killed several people. And now I'm wearing it. It's a family heirloom through pain and suffering.
Yeah, Asher's retelling is honestly just as confused.
After
And
still processing emotions that you
I
didn't
just
quite
don't
understand.
It's a little weird and to have it on me, but you know what?
that
It feels
sounds
right,
pretty
but also wrong.
convoluted. Huh. Well, you said there were two dragons, right?
Yes.
In that
There's
story?
a mother and a son.
And the
Son's alive, I
mother's
think.
dead, and the son died but came back.
Yes.
Then maybe maybe the son is returned.
Maybe, and that's what I'm worried about.
Hmm.
I'm
I
also
hope
worried
she's
about
not getting
wearing
in
his
over her
mother.
head. But if I know
I
Shalelu,
was-
she wouldn't get herself into that much danger. Look, she's rash, but she's not
She's probably
that
smarter
rash.
than me.
She all the times I've known her, she plays it
The
safe.
dragon killed her mother. The dragon killed her mother. If a dragon
okay,
killed-
fair.
Wait a minute.
Okay, you've
He
got
killed her
me worried.
dad. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh dear.
It will be fine. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to be concerned about.
It's probably okay. I'll go check
You're
on it.
not going off to certain death.
Maybe,
maybe
it's a
I
family
should
affair.
Probably smarter than
check
that,
it
not
out.
blinded by worry and rage. And
Oh god, I'm gonna
horrible
get everyone
things.
killed.
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
All the NPCs we love and cherish will die.
Well, okay. If you
I was
think
hoping
so.
to not make you feel that way. Never mind.
It's fine. You're right. You're right. Omega sets down her sitar and well, in any event, I'm glad that you guys are all okay. Sorry that I haven't been much help to you. We've only just finally got a buyer for the glassworks, and I don't know. It's been rough dealing with this place. I love Sandpoint, but I also kind of hate it now. It's a lot of bad memories, but a lot of good memories. She shrugs.
Why don't you leave?
Why don't I leave? Maybe someday. But right now, I've got this inn to take care of. I've got Thana, I've got you guys, I've got the town. I'm good. I'm good. Maybe someday the adventuring bug will get me again, but I think right now it's the best thing I can do for myself is just figure out who I am and what I want to do. And I mean, this is the first time I haven't had both my brother and my father to try and tell me what to do, so that's nice, I guess.
That's true. And if you kill all the people who try to tell you what to do, you never have to listen to them again.
Oof.
Well,
Yikes.
I didn't kill them.
Oh, I didn't mean you had to. Just in general, if one does kill the source of... Maybe I should... Never mind.
I still just don't really understand why Pseudo did what he did. Like, I didn't like our father as much as the next person, but to kill him, to betray the whole town? It just didn't make any sense to me, but...
I mean, he killed himself rather than being brought in. Something was wrong with him. Didn't say what.
I guess that just shows
Love,
that I
perhaps.
didn't really know him like I thought I did.
Where are you thinking of going there, Asher?
Ask me. Out of my brain questions. No. Writing that from you.
I'm just imagining Asher's looking at the atlas and just kind of going,
Mhm.
how
Yeah,
far is
plotting
this
things on the
one?
map, yeah.
Maybe over here.
Plotting things around. I guess
Yeah,
I don't
no,
have
feel
to
free to
hide
plot.
it, but
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out how how far some landmarks are. You know, if you just went straight over a river or a bay instead of going around it. Don't watch
well,
me.
I don't want to bother you guys too much, but thanks for regaling me with your stories, as per usual.
Sure. Well, it's a pleasure and I appreciate you letting us stay here too. Nice to have somewhere to come back to.
It's the least I can do. Oh, tell Gunn I said hi if you see him.
Oh, sure. I think he's back at the church. I'm not sure if he's coming here or staying there for the night. A lot of work to do. Those religious people do.
All right, well,
Oh, I would definitely be coming back to the inn for the night.
yeah,
Okay,
you don't have to
wasn't
stay
sure.
there all day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, unless anybody has anything else to do, Mako will head off. You guys kind of chill at the inn, I suppose. Asher seems to be probably looking through maps, the atlases that he's got, trying to plot some courses.
Oh. At some point, Greshy would need to ask Gunn to go talk to the mayor about the house. And you'll note that Greshy is asking Gunn to go talk to the mayor about the house, rather than having Greshy do it.
Okay.
Well,
Gunn can show up at the end of the day around 8 p.m.
yeah,
once he's
I would.
done with the...
I'd be happy to do that for you, Greshy. But what is it you'd like? What do you think the
Just
case?
having a place for ourselves to call home, a home base, as it were.
You'd like me to convince the mayor to donate a residence to us?
Aye. Hopefully something near the woods.
Well, that's fair. I think we've certainly done a lot for the town.
I'm
They'd probably be happy to. I think she already said she'd be happy to put things in motion for us on that. So,
just figure in case there was any smoothing over need to be done.
sure.
You're good about that. So
Yeah, no problem.
Greshy will stand behind him, prod him along with the staff.
Well, why don't
Gently.
we do that tomorrow morning?
I suppose I can wait. It's not urgent. Like we're gonna take possession of the house tonight.
All right.
That's good because I could use some dinner.
Aye. See what Bana's got cooked up then.
Yeah, Bethana will bring out, once she sees that you're there, she'll bring out some food for you. What's today? Today is some kind of boiled fish and potato stew with a side of corn and asparagus.
Incidentally, Greshy, I used that spell that you cast into the sword. It
Oh,
was
you
really,
did?
It was really helpful.
Oh, good.
Yeah, if you could do that again tomorrow or
I will
next
prepare
time you
that
have some.
tomorrow morning so that we can get that re-prepped. That seemed to work. Good.
Thanks.
So, we'll seem to be good strategy there.
Yeah,
Oh,
while we
it
have
was
time.
not fun.
Sorry, I keep zooming in on Chopper's Isle when I come over here. But... All right.
Find us down here at the Rusty Dragon.
Rusty Dragon. Very big. Map's very big. Okay. Well, anything else you guys want to do tonight?
Oh, that's it.
I'm asleep.
I should
All right.
get myself healed up as well. That should just take some amount of
Yeah, you have lay on hands.
Time.
You should be able to
waiting.
do a full heal. So,
Mhm.
yeah, go ahead and make sure you all get back to full health if you're not already. Assuming some amount of lay on hands or the soothes from Mako.
It seems like I just missed her though. Damn.
Yeah, she's already probably gone up to her room by now. Or otherwise she's just not in the main hall. But let's see, where's the date? All right, next day. That'll be Oath Day. Euthona the 27th or 26th. 4707 AR. What would you guys like to do?
Let's go get a house.
Yep. Before
All
I
right.
head over
Okay.
to the
Arthur, you want to come
church.
with?
I'm okay.
Oh,
I have a question for Jason, real quick.
Sure, yeah.
I forget if we decided this or not. Does Longstrider work on animal form, or does it
Yes.
not?
Yeah.
It does. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, you can cast it and then go into animal form.
That makes me a fast boy.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour or 8 hours if you cast it at 2nd level.
And I always cast it at 2.
So yeah, as long as nothing turns it off yet, it'll stay on. Oh, actually, speed. Let me reread animal form real quick. There was something about battle form. Maybe I'm misremembering something about battle forms not using anything that's not an item bonus. Why can't I search? Ah. Oh, it's under polymorph, that's why. Polymorph. Oh, no, they can be... Yes, they can... In battle form, they can be altered by circumstance bonus, status bonuses, and penalties. Yeah, so status bonuses work. Yep.
Okay. That's fast.
Yeah, I guess item bonuses actually don't work in
Fast
battle
data.
forms. That's interesting.
Makes some sense because most of your items tend to
Yeah, it means that hand wraps
Turn
doesn't
off, like-
work, I guess. Oh, it's a little weird. 'cause-
No, yeah, I think there's a few things that don't work.
Okay. Well, in any case, yes.
I mean, if you turned into the battle
Longstrider
form
is a
and then
status
put
bonus
on the hand
to-
wraps.
True, yeah. Well, I
Yeah, I
don't know.
think I'd have to have someone put them on
You're
me.
saying that that's when they wouldn't work, but if you were wearing them before, then they would get deactivated when they, like, all your items get turned off when they polymorph into you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I might make an exception for the hand wrap specifically as a house rule, but...
Oh darn, that I would have kept the hand wrap.
Or
Sorry.
Jason!
You gotta beg
or
for
that
these
pouch
things.
that you have, the polymorph.
Yeah.
You have that polymorph pouch, right?
I just assume, like, oh, you say I can't. Yeah, I have the polymorph pouch. It
I know,
stays.
I'm the kindest, most gentlest DM who will house rule
Mhm.
all of the beautiful
And I'm the
things
most
for you.
passive player. I'm like, oh, that's the rule? Okay. And continue down my path.
In any case, yes, status bonuses will work to speed. So yes, Longstrider works while you're in animal form. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
All right. So Gunn and Greshy wanted to
This is
go.
what I'm doing today.
Go visit with the mayor.
Yeah, get us a house.
Okay. So Gunn and Greshy, you make your way up Main Street over to Town Hall. Things are busy. You've indirectly already kind of let people know what's going on about the Tower Street sinkhole. So there's a bunch of contractors and things starting to fill in the hole currently to get repairs underway on the street now that they know that it's fine to cover it up. And
Take a long time. It's like 100 feet deep and
Mhm.
yep.
also 100 feet wide.
They have to well, they're gonna like try and fill in that ceiling underneath first. and then fill on top of that. So there was like a roof that kind of caved in.
So they're not going to cut. They're not going to fill the whole chambers down below.
No. They just want to get this street stable again, basically. So they'll probably put in some arches across, and then, yeah, maybe put a fake floor, and then fill on top of that.
That makes sense.
But yeah. Yeah, so she's, Mayor Deverin is in a meeting when you arrive, and her secretary, a thin, elvish man, with, kind of pale pink hair, greets you and, yes, the mayor will be with you shortly. She always makes room for you. What were you here about? Is it something urgent?
Well, no, it's not urgent. And I almost hate to bring it up. I don't want to sound selfish or anything, but we'd heard that there was an empty residence around here in the corner of town, and we were hoping that we could occupy that for our
headquarters.
Yeah, use it as a base of operations.
The Tomb Street
and
home,
a residence,
right? Yes. He starts kind of filtering through some papers. Yes, we were trying to contact the former landowners, next of kin, to see if they would mind. But we haven't heard back yet. But statutes state that if they don't respond in another 4 days or so, then it should be yours, if you want it.
That sounds like it will work for us.
Well, hopefully they show up in the next 4 days or so, at least to make sure that they're alive.
Well, I think we already...
Yes, it looks like the mayor's willing to waive title transfer fees, but you will need to pay taxes to Magdamar, of course. But it should be fairly minimal. Only about 10 gold for the initial title purchase, and then looks like about fees come up to 1 gold a month currently. It gets re-estimated based on land value later on, but the house has fallen into some disrepair, so you probably need to do some upgrades on it yourselves.
Seems reasonable.
I'm sure Greshy is fine with paying taxes on...
Aye. That's the appropriate thing to do. Gold is quite a lot per month, but...
Well then...
Luckily we're make a decent amount, so we'll be fine.
Well, could you pay the year all at once?
I mean, we can take care of it. As I said, we're doing fine, but we also adventure for a living.
Yeah, I'm a little bit underwater at the moment, but yeah,
Well,
so it is.
Did you still need to see the mayor, or I can...
No, I think that covered us, unless there was something else you wanted to talk about. Did we need to update her on anything?
No, I don't believe so. I believe you're working on the consecration of that area, nasty area beneath the town. The
Correct.
mayor's already assembled a good task force to get construction started. I think we're all good to go.
Okay, great. We might be around for 4 more days, but we might have business to attend to elsewhere as well.
Ah, I see then. Well, we'll
So,
try to put that on hold
we'll-
for you. I can't guarantee that it'll still be here when you arrive, but we'll, I'm sure the mayor will
We'll
do
try
her
to
best.
Mm-hmm.
What if we pay off the debts or whatever now, and you'll owe us it if for some reason we don't take possession of the property.
Oh,
That seems
certainly.
like a
I
good idea
suppose
to
that
me.
would work.
It would make things simpler.
Even if we're not here, we'll effectively take possession of the property in our stead.
I suppose
No,
there's no
Temporary,
harm in-
call it temporary custody.
Well, here, actually, why don't we just...
And really,
I
I'm
can-
just trusting the town of Sandpoint to keep our money in escrow proper.
He'll pull out some forms, and, well, if you're ready to sign the paperwork now, I suppose we can just post-date the forms.
Post-date,
Here,
yeah.
you'll need to sign here and here and here, and he'll just bring out several pages of, or like several stacks of documents.
Do we need Asher to sign any of this, or
Yes, you'll need to get all...
should I just sign for Asher?
Um,
Do you think he'd mind?
think I
let's-
even
let's
have
make
a
sure that-
signature, Greshy.
I was literally thinking, like, just put an X there for Asher.
I don't do contracts. Get out of here.
well, if he's busy...
Martin and
I s-
Aloysius will just have to sign X's.
Look, I won't complain if... it's fine. Feel free to sign for your friend.
It'll be alright, don't worry about it. So, we'll sign the appropriate forms.
Okay. You spend a good, like, hour and a half signing forms preemptively. And
Somebody
then
remembers this.
it'll be a total of 6 gold, so 5 gold for the transfer fee, and then 1 gold for the first month of taxes.
Alright. Go ahead and pay that now.
Okay. Greshy plops the 6 gold down.
Mhm.
Good. Well, I will hold on to this, and then the moment that we get confirmation that the sale can go through, I'll have this passed on.
Alright. Good plan. Thanks kindly, sir.
Yeah, it was good seeing you, heroes. Take care on the road.
We'll try our best. Do you need any help with the consecration, or you and your priests all got it covered?
I think we're covered. Helps if the priests have the same faith as the rites. So
Well, that's fair enough. I'm gonna go look at my wood some more.
right. Have fun.
All right. Asher,
For 2
what are you
weeks?
doing?
Oh boy, let's turn back the clock to this morning and
All right.
go on Asher's adventure. So I'm gonna go find a Mako wherever she is in the morning.
Okay, yeah, she's there at the Rusty Dragon. She's downstairs
mean
helping
thing to
people
me.
with breakfast. Hey, Asher, what's up?
I'm gonna hang out with her. Hey, I was just wondering, do you know how many days ago Shough left?
What was it? Yesterday to about 3 days ago, I think.
And you don't know if she was on horse or foot. You don't remember that.
I don't know. Oh, must be on foot. Didn't you give her a horse? Sorry, on horse. Didn't you give her a horse? I feel like someone left her with
Did
a
I
horse.
give her Blitz? Who left her the horse?
Greshy did, because Greshy has Phelan now, so should have
Hoping it was a
Kapal
slow
to ride.
horse.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time with
I'm as fast as a
Kapal.
horse.
It's possible that she's with him. You could check at the possibly, fuck, what's the name of the stable? I forget. Oh, well, Goblin Squash Stables is right here. You could ask them if she took the horse with her.
It's okay. If she took a horse or not, it doesn't matter. The speed is fast on. How fast does a horse go? It goes. I go as fast as a horse.
14
Most horses
around.
are about 40.
Right, 40.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going like almost double the speed of a horse. That's good. All right. I'm just like sitting there like doing math in his head. He's like, okay.
You know, Greshy could hook you up with a flying horse for a few hours, for 8 hours.
That's stupid.
Okay.
All right. I did not write this letter yet, but I'm going to hand her a letter and say, could you give this to either Greshy or Gunn the next time you see them?
Oh, sure.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna. I got something to do. And then I'm going to leave the inn, and I'm
Alright.
going to turn into a bird, and my fly speed is 75 feet for 8 hours, and I am going to fly off in the direction that I think she's going. Because,
Okay, so you cast
I
Long
need to
Strider on
talk
yourself
to her.
first, and then
yeah,
transform into a sparrow, and just kind of. Whoop.
and off I go
All right.
at 75 feet for 88 hours, and I have to write the note, so
All right.
you will see that later. It's a very short note. Like a BRB note, basically.
All right. We'll figure out how far that is.
It's
The travel speeds on this one.
I think
Promise I
think
am not trying
that
to
gives. I
split
think
the
that gives
party.
Asher 60 miles a day.
Something like that. It's pretty
Yeah,
far.
I think so.
Even if she's on a horse, it's like a catch up.
And you're trying specifically to catch up to her?
Yes.
Okay. I'll need to do some math.
I think you can. I think you're allowed to travel longer than that in a day, but it just makes you
It makes you fatigued,
right?
Yeah.
And that affects the next day?
Yes.
Or does it just affect the day?
It affects that day, and it affects you until you sleep. But yeah, the next day you would be fatigued.
Let me write the note.
All right. Well, Asher goes, flying off. Delete. Okay. Greshy, you wanted to go back to looking at your wood. Gunn, you were gonna go hang out. Hang out. You were gonna go do some more consecration. Oh yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I have to think about that. Okay.
Standard horse speeds is 40, right?
Yeah, standard horse speed is 40. She left 3 days ago.
Which would be 32 miles per day.
So 32 times 4.
128.
Yep. I agree with that number. Asher has... What was your speed, Asher? 75?
25 for 8 hours.
And
Then the
yeah, it looks
spell
like
falls
there's...
off,
Okay, yeah. It's just divided by 10 times 8. Okay. So 75 divided by 10 times 8.
I got 72 miles per day.
I had 60. Am I...
That's 18.
Oh, no, you're
times
right,
4.
60.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, it looks like it's divided by 10
it's
and then
80% of your,
Oh, yeah, of course. 80%. There we go.
or divided by 5 and then times 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Asher can go 60 feet in a day, or 60 miles in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's gonna be hard to catch up exactly, but...
Elementary school math, don't fail me now.
20, 60, 180.
What we do is we do different graphs and then we find out where the two intersect.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And-
doing.
There's butterfly motion,
Maybe I should do this
and I
out of
don't know if
session.
32x plus 3
20
equals
plus
60x.
32. Sorry, that's today. The next day. The next day. 2. You get really close after 3 days.
Oh boy. I figured it would take about 4.
Yeah, it looks like
You
it's
could
4.
probably push on the third day.
My little bird wings. Flapping.
So the question
Especially
is,
if you found a trail.
or do we just leave him?
It depends on what letter Asher wrote for you. But
It really does.
F.
I hope it just says.
that's all it says.
I
Yeah.
just hope it says BEIAB. That's it.
Yeah. It's actually written as a bird. He like uses a crayon. Perfect.
Asher forgot to actually do the writing before turning into a bird. But no.
It's just like she opens it, he's like, "There's nothing written on this."
Handed her the wrong sheet of paper. Okay, so yeah, let's see where Asher's going. So what direction are you flying?
I was specifically going to kind of fly over the main roads that would go towards, I guess, up north, because you can't really go on the water, and I wasn't told she was going there.
Yeah, so that would basically be to Galduria, then Wolf's Ear, Roderick's Cove, Riddleport, and then from Riddleport around into the forest. Something like that would be her path. Is your understanding based on the maps? And I mean, you lived near this area before, so you grew up around the west of Riddleport, so it's not terribly far from where you grew up. So you're familiar with those roads and would know that this is probably the path that she's taking if she's taking a horse. So yeah, first day you can go about 60. Where's your little token? Where's the group token? Oh, there's your token. Let's move you to the front. I can't do that on this. Okay, whatever.
On the other hand, since you're flying, if you fly straight, you can get to Roderick's Cove on the third day, and you'd know that she would get there on about the 6th, about the same day. You'd probably catch her in Roderick's Cove.
Asher's not super smart and only good at tracking, so he is tracking. That's the only reason, kind of. I thought not to go straight.
Fair enough.
Sure.
You can still do that, but you'd probably have to push on some of the days.
He'll push. He's a little pushy bird. He slept in a stable and tired himself out for like a boss fight, so he's ready for no reason whatsoever.
Okay, give me a survival check then. We'll sum up the 4 days with this. Oh no, we'll do a survival check for each day. Give me day 1 survival check.
Day 1 is a 24.
24. Okay. Trying to pretty quick you would realize that trying to follow Shillelagh specifically would be really hard, but you can try and follow these paths. You're pretty familiar with the area, the open grasslands and high plains of Sandpoint, or rolling hills of Sandpoint, hinterland. So you make it okay. You make good time on this first day. So you move your 60. 60 miles that first day. About there. Okay, give me a second day. So you end up kind of landing in, I guess, are you coming out of bird form, or are you just staying in bird form? To sleep
I'm
and whatnot?
staying.
Okay. So you peck at the ground, picking up some seeds and
You're
stuff
gonna get eaten by a hawk or
to
something.
eat.
The hawk picks me up. I'm just gonna become a person, and the hawk will drop me, and I will get slightly injured as I roll on the ground.
Okay, second day,
Foolproof plan.
32.
32.
Okay, getting to... that'd be... You get to Gelduria, and you could basically make it all the way to Wolf's Ear. So you fly along from Gelduria to Wolf's Ear. Once you reach Wolf's Ear late at night, or sorry, later in the day, so like close to 7, 8 p.m. And end up roosting in some of the trees in nearby town. You have maybe a slightly fitful night of sleeping, or kind of a bit restless, as you hear lots and lots of wolves in the forest. It's not much threat to you as a bird, but there are a lot of sounds of howling at the moon. It is a clear sky tonight, and the half moon up above is glowing quite brightly. But no harm comes to you. And so give me another survival check. This one will be harder, as you have to go
You
through
little
the troll
bird.
wood.
Boy. 31.
Ooh.
1. Okay. It's pretty good. Yeah, you're not going to be able to quite make it all the way to Roderick's Cove. You can push if you want, try and make the rest of the day, but then you'd be fatigued.
I'm okay. I'll just, I'll chill in the woods. Maybe get eaten.
Well, there's the Sandpoint Devil. You got to be on the lookout for.
Oh, God. Maybe I'll
You're out
see
there
it. It won't see
all by
me.
yourself as a bird. And the
Just try and
Sandpoint
eat
Devil,
me.
this horse thing.
Bird
It-
with a lot of hit points. Like, if
True.
a hawk
True.
did grab Asher, it would be very confused. Even if
I'm
Asher didn't
dying.
change back, because it's like stab, 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 stab,
Just
stab.
keep
What's
stabbing and
going on?
nothing.
It's not doing
Your
anything.
Talons
It's like
don't
grabs a
hurt
rubber
me.
bird. It's like grabbing
Yeah,
a rubber
you-
chicken.
You managed to survive, sustain yourself in the forest that day. And yeah, next day, give me a survival check again.
Survive. Yeah. We're living at 36.
Okay. So you first fly into Roderick's Cove, hoping to have maybe caught her, or like caught up with her. And you fly over towards the inn, see if she happens to be staying in town. No sign of her there. You fly around a bit, trying to think of which road she might have taken next. There are a couple different roads to get to Runelords. But you do spot it actually rained last night in Roderick's Cove, and the ground is still a bit muddied and wet. And you notice some pretty like clear horse footprints, hoof prints in the mud. Lots of them, in fact. But you spot a very particular set of hoof prints, those of Kapal's, you remember very specifically his horseshoes. One of the like front left horseshoe is like bent a little bit oddly, and it makes like a slightly stranger indent. And with your master tracking skills, you realize this and end up following that trail. And let's see, this is probably right there. Following that trail, along the southern coast, there you spot her, riding Kapal at a gentle pace, along the I guess I don't actually know if the Lost Coast Road goes up that high or that far north, but a coastal road. She's just riding at a standard gentle pace. Looks like she's just kind of keeping an eye out for dangers. She looks up and spots you flying up overhead, but you're just a innocent little sparrow. She doesn't
Cute little
think anything
bird.
of it. What do? You just follow her, or?
I fly down in front of her face because I've been a bird for half a week. I just start going, ah, bah, bah.
So you fly really
Chirping
close to
really
her,
loud.
and she'll like swat at you. What the? Get away from me!
Oh, God.
Yeah, Kapal.
No. Oh, Jesus.
She snaps the reins, and Kapal goes charging off.
No. I'm
Oh, no,
gonna fly
you're not.
after her.
Okay, yeah,
I'm fast.
you glide after her, catching up very easily. She looks at you. Not sure what to think. As a strange bird seems to be wanting to peck her or something.
I'd fly in front, like, far enough and then just turn back into a human and hope the horse doesn't run me over and be like, stop.
Okay. Well, assuming you go far out enough to give her a chance, she pulls back on the reins in time, and the horse skids to a stop, like Akira slides.
Nice horse. Drifting. Oh my God.
Asher, what are you doing out here?
Oh my God. I have been flying for days. Ameko told me what you're up to. And I had to come out here. I have to talk to you about this. What's happening? Is there a dragon?
Okay, well... Sorry, there was a very loud
A spaceship.
plane overhead. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not.
That's good.
I heard
Yeah, we heard it.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Mhm.
That was very loud.
Fuck it. Totally messed up my train of thought. Shalelu gets, dismounts, and leads Kapal off the side of the road. Yeah, maybe we should sit down and talk about it. Have you had lunch? She reaches into her pack and pulls out a ration and starts unwinding it.
Yep, I've eaten.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm good. Thank you.
I'll hope you don't mind if I eat and talk then. And she'll just take a seat on the
No,
grass.
please do.
And we'll cut away back to the others. Was there a letter that was written? Or not yet?
There was. Yes, I've written the letter. There's only one problem. It's only in Thessalonian. No, it's not.
Okay.
Greshy's writing.
We would have to get Broderick to translate it for us if that were the case.
only Vaseline, and it's a riddle in 5 parts that you have to find.
Find and unshuffle.
Yeah, I can read the letter if you want, or if you want to wait until they find the letter.
Sure. I mean, yeah. So let's jump back to you guys back at Sandpoint.
Mhm.
I didn't have
2 days
anything
prior.
to do that day after consecrating. This should be the last day of the consecration, I think.
No, I think we're
No,
still
this
on
is just day
day
2.
Second.
Yeah.
This is day 2? Okay.
Yeah. So you have one more day, presumably, of consecration.
One more day.
Mhm.
Greshy, you're learning some stuff out about enchantment. You found a couple of interesting books, specifically on the properties of the wood from this tree, and trying to come up with some ideas for what you can do with it, but nothing specific just yet. So in the afternoon, you both return presumably to the Rusty Dragon. And Ameko's there. She's talking to a drunk patron, but notices you enter, I guess, who comes in first. Maybe Gunn meets up with you at the academy, and then you both come in together. That's fine.
Yeah, that sounds
hey,
reasonable.
Gunn, Greshy. How's your day been?
I
Busy,
read about
but-
wood.
But definitely feels like good closure on this whole issue with the catacombs.
Oh, that's
Whole
good.
issue, I get it.
Asher wanted me to give you guys this. It seemed like he had to go do something, like he was busy or something. Here. She takes out the folded up piece of
Oh.
parchment and hands it over to you.
Actually, writing letters now. Oh, okay.
Not well written.
What's it say?
Isn't it?
Well, I can't read my own handwriting, so good luck to me. Went to catch up with Shalelu. Flying. Took main roads. Will return, I hope, in a few days. If you leave before me, take main roads. I will find you faster. We'll send bird if something happens. And then at the very bottom, I love you. And that's his letter.
Oh,
Reminds me of
what a sweet,
Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
impetuous. Yes.
Where we've got Charlie reading it, but if we actually looked at it,
Oh no, it just cut off Will's voice. Also,
oh
my connection
Ah.
is spiking, so I don't know if that's me or him. We didn't catch the last part of that. Can you say something now?
oh, that's not a good sign.
Okay,
What's
now we
going
can
on
hear
there?
you. We can hear you now.
No, my internet connection is unstable, it tells me.
Oops.
Well, Asher. Fine. We can't follow him today. We've still got more. We got to finish the ritual. We'd waste we'd waste what we've put in so far. If he took
Where exactly is he going? He said he's following Shalelu, but
Shalelu up the main roads, well, Shalelu was headed towards her home village, right?
do we know that?
Mako knows that.
Weren't you there for that conversation, Greshy? I mean, so this would probably come from
I mean,
from
I
you.
wasn't paying
It says-
attention.
it
I
says he's
actually don't
taking-
think it-
Greshy.
It says he's taking main roads. Where is he going?
I guess Mako is there.
I
Following
Maker could
Shalelu.
actually explain this part.
Yeah. Where's he going if he's following Shalelu? Where's Shalelu going?
Mako would quickly recount what she told Asher.
Okay.
I guess he must think that she's going to Crying Leaf. Or that's what I told him anyway. That's what she told me.
Okay. Well.
Guess we'll see
Okay.
in a few days then.
We just learned a new spell that could help us get there faster. Although we couldn't bring all of our gear. If we did, we'd have to leave behind the bags of holding. But maybe we could even convince, what was his name? Brother, like Carl or something. It's very. He had a common name. He had like
You want to borrow the wand?
well, we don't have to borrow it if he can cast
We
it
could
on
just-
us. Is that
Is this a
Stuff only.
rough thing? I mean, yeah, he's got a day's head start on us, but how fast can he fly?
I imagine Asher could go quite fast. I think I'm the slowest in our group.
Hmm.
If Asher could turn into a cat and just run through the woods, I imagine he could go very quick.
That's true.
Let's think about tree stride. How far could tree stride says you? It's a self cast only. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we could ask to use the wand to go catch Asher.
We're in the wrong town for that.
What do you mean?
That was Roderick's Cove, if
that
I
was in
recall.
Roderick's Cove. Okay, you're right. So
I'm up there.
so you cast it. Well, you can cast it yourself. Maybe Greshy can just cast it himself and
I could definitely
travel.
cast it myself. I could cast it to get us about 50 miles away, but
well, you could chain it more than once to get yourself there.
assuming I can find enough things, but
If we know where we're going, if we're going up to this forest, I would still have to catch up the hard way.
I mean, if you're going to be here another day doing this consecration, then there's no point in you leaving. At least until you've done that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I can prepare it so that we can at least both get
No,
moving
it's
pretty quick.
Self-cast only, I think.
There are other spells that help for transportation purposes.
We have a scroll of teleport. I think we didn't sell that.
I was talking about horses, but
That would be a shame to use that. Just catching up with Asher. Well, I don't see Rock riding a horse, especially a flying horse.
you don't think he'd want to ride on the back there? I bet you, it's his size, he could probably carry the horse. It's not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose he could stay behind. Are we going to just fetch Asher, or what are we planning to do exactly?
That was my thought, but we wouldn't have a way to bring Asher back, so well, we have-
Come back.
I guess we just have that one option for Greshy to try to catch Asher immediately. Or relatively immediately. At one of the towns. If he's taking main roads, he'll pass through Roderick's Cove and Riddleport. Greshy could cast Tree Stride to get him himself as close as possible to that town and then meet Asher there.
And you'd catch up eventually.
And I'd catch up eventually.
Not ideal, but it would work.
He left this morning.
Fine.
Yeah, basically first thing, right after you guys left.
Oh, even earlier than I thought. All right.
All right. Well, then you probably have another couple of days before he would get to Riddleport. At least. That should be enough time to finish the consecrate and start traveling.
I'll think about it. At the very least, I don't think we're leaving tonight. So
Agreed.
I'll let him get some
Or
rest.
tomorrow.
And I guess we'll catch up in the morning. Or whenever we catch up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that would probably do us for Oath Day.
All right.
I guess I would
Day
start
and-
getting my pack together.
Sure. Assembling
have
all the
anything
things
else.
that you maybe took
Oh.
out.
Actually, we do have some things to identify. We fetched some weapons and a quill from. And this would be something I would try to get done before we would leave.
Okay. Are you gonna? I've already changed the text, so it's Fire Day, Kuthona the 27th. That morning, would you like to
Sounds
do
good
some
to me.
identifying?
Can do it. Yes.
Okay. What do you want to identify? Actually, you know what? It's 10:40 already. Let's go ahead and just call it here, and we'll do some identifying offline, and you guys can sort out how you're traveling.
What our plan is to catch up.
Yep. All right.
Because
Well-
I also really want to catch up before Asher and Shalelu do something stupid together.
Together, the
Asher specifically
family.
said he wouldn't do anything stupid in that letter. So just trust him.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said if something happens, I'm sending a bird.
That's not reassuring in any
And the
way.
bird is just gonna say, "I'm doing something stupid. Don't come over here."
Something bad has happened.
Well, whether
Bye.
Asher does something stupid or not, maybe we'll find out next episode. If you've missed prior episodes, you can always go back, youtube.com/thirdaction, or whatever podcast feed you want. If we're not on the podcast thing you want, let me know, and I will put us there, or try to. Yeah, that's all I got. Like, subscribe, like and subscribe, drag and drop, Phoenix Hop. Good
Button
night.
paste.